Do you feel like, as exciting as all of it is, in like a year or two, this is all going to be irrelevant?
If you were to say to me, you could just, red pill, blue pill matrix, go to an alternate reality where AI never happened, I would take that alternate reality.
It kind of makes me think about people who are not in this space as well a bit. Do people even understand what's going on?
The future for anyone getting into any career in tech is going to look so different.
As someone that is in this space, do you feel like, as exciting as all of it is, in like a year or two, this is all going to be irrelevant?
Well, I mean, looking at it this way, like most of my skill has now gotten to a point with AI where AI can do it as good or better than me, which is insane to think about. And honestly, if you were to say to me, like, you could just, red pill, blue pill matrix, like go to an alternate reality where AI never happened, I would take that alternate reality. That being said, this isn't the Matrix and I can't do that. So I am enjoying it very much so as we have it. And I have a hopeful future for what's going to happen with builders as AI becomes better than humans at doing virtually everything. And that is like Webflow has been around for a while. Even things like Wix, Squarespace, they've been around for a while. Anyone can build a website. That's nothing new. How many people do you know who've built websites? Yeah. Not very many.
100%.
So it's just getting more and more of that. And I am hoping it's going to get to the point where anyone can build anything on the internet. Fine. But I think we're going to get to a point where we do what we want to do, what we're passionate about. If websites mean a lot to me and I like building good websites and I like analyzing other websites and seeing what matters, I'm going to build a better website than you are with the same AI. And so I think it's really going to transition into that. It's not going to be like, I can build a web app, you can build like a database, you can build in Framer, you can build in Webflow. It's like, I like websites, so I produce websites. You like apps, so you produce apps. And the barrier to entry is going to become very low, and people are going to be judged from nothing beyond like the quality of their work. Oh, you built that app?
Yeah.
Amazing. Which
100%.
is a hopeful future for me.
I mean, I am so with you. I definitely am like on the same page with like, if you could choose AI world, yes or no, I feel like no is a safer bet. It's kind of like an exciting time to be someone who's in this space. It kind of makes me think about people who are not in this space as well a bit. Do people even understand what's going on? Like, one thing that happened to me last Christmas, actually, I remember this, I mean, like, already like deep in AI, but I actually met someone who had never used ChatGPT before. They had never seen it being used and all that kind of stuff, and been like, oh wow, like this is going to blow your mind when I show you this. And I showed them, they were like, oh, what's going on? And I'm like, there are also like a lot of people out there who don't even understand kind of what is happening in a way, which is kind of interesting. There's a lot of potential for just bad stuff in general. I was thinking about like, if I had to start my career from scratch and I could not enter any of the industries that I've been in, and I basically have to build my skill set from scratch, I feel like the industry that would be most interesting for the future is like AI security, cybersecurity, and just like get really into that, because we're already entering like a phase now where, for example, I don't know if you heard about like how Claude code was used to basically hack all of these like enterprise businesses of theirs by basically prompt engineering it. I was reading an article about it, and it was just like these like micro prompts that were stacked together so that Claude couldn't understand the full context of what was going on. And it was used to basically launch all these cyber attacks on like enterprise level customers. And it's literally people using the tools the way that we're using them to build websites. They are using those exact same tools to like hack people. Can you imagine where we're going to be in like 2-3 years with just like everyday people like you and me? Like we're not going to fall for like the scam email right now, but who knows what's around the corner? Who knows what's around the corner? I feel like as excited as everyone is in this space about building new things and like, let's get the next model up, I feel like AI security is like an area where I feel like there'll be like tons and tons of opportunities. And so, yeah.
I agree. I mean, are you talking about like security of how we build AI, or like cybersecurity?
No, so I think more about, I mean, I did like tons of applications of it, but I feel like specifically, like products that you can build to protect people from AI that is essentially out to come scam you, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an opportunity. I mean, AI security, I feel like mostly will fall on the Anthropics, the open AIs, and I do think that they do a lot in that space already. But again, we're also at a stage where every 3 weeks, there's like a new model that is like tons better than the model that we saw 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, if you're thinking about yourself as a business, how much are you actually going to invest in AI security? Because that's the non-pretty stuff that doesn't generate more revenue. And now Google's out, they've got Gemini free. Okay, now GPT 5.0 or whatever that we launched like a week ago is like no longer like the big dog of the yard. Let's just like focus all our resources on that. And it's like, how many of them now? Like 5 or 6 of them? It's this cycle. Kind of a bit of a tangent, but I'm just also like a thing to think about in terms of like opportunities I feel like that will come up in that space.
I mean, the future for anyone getting into any career in tech is going to look so different now compared to when you got into it, when I got into it. Very different, because they're just not going to learn the same tools. It doesn't make the same sense. And I'm just hopeful that it's going to transition into something where we can all work on stuff that we want to work on.
Yeah.
Not where it's just companies running AI agents and making a ton of money while the rest of us all cry. But yeah, we'll find out.
I've got so many more rabbit holes to go down. I need to like contain myself. I want to show you one last, because I was like, okay, I'll show you like an AI thing though, but do you use Teller at all, or have you used Teller? The screen recording tool?
I know what it is. I haven't used it.
Okay, it might not be like that relevant, but I use it all the time because it's like a fun screen recording tool. It's basically, I don't need to like do any editing in post because you can basically move like animations and stuff around. But one of the things that kind of annoys me about it is my workflows for like getting my videos and then getting the transcript and then turning that into a blog post and all that kind of stuff is like super tedious because they don't have an API and it's just like a lot of manual stuff. They are building an API now. And I don't know how much it has to do with me, but I took some inspiration from FinSuite, and when they kind of built all their extensions and workflow, and I built like I basically vibe coded a Chrome extension that basically turned this into like a little API. And so basically this here is not actually part of Teller. This is something that I added as a Chrome extension. So usually you've got your chapters, which is part of their default UI. You've got the transcript that is generated. And then you also have comments. But then I added this. And what it does now is it basically, for lack of a better way of describing it, scrapes content off the site, like the transcript and the chapters and various other pieces of information that are on the site. And then what I can do is I can basically click on send to webhook, and what it does is it sends all of that information to like a make.com endpoint, and then from there you can basically transform it into like a blog post or a YouTube video script or whatever it may be, without actually having to do anything. And I basically was like, I want to build a Chrome extension for myself because I feel like this will save me like tons of time. Because now, like when I'm creating, for example, course content, I don't need to like record the video and then I need to go and create the page and add the content and all that kind of stuff. Now I can just like record the video, click this button, and it basically does it all for me in the back end. And I basically did it just by speaking into a microphone. So that's a little AI project to show you.
That is awesome. That is a kind of thing. And on that note, whenever people are wondering what they should build, I just say, like, what do you need? What do you mean? What do I need? Well, you need something. Like, you're going on about your day. Like, okay, fine, we work with computers, so there's a bit more obvious stuff. But like, whatever you do, there's something where you're like, I need something to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, build it. Build it. If you use it constantly and you like it, maybe other people will too. If you don't, what are you doing? You know, that's the exact
100%.
thing. Like, build that for you. And if you constantly use that, turn it into a product.
100%. I agree. After I built it, I actually sent it to the CEO and the CTO of Teller, and they're like, "This is awesome. Well, we're just going to build the official API now." And I'm like, "Yes," because it's like, you know, like certain things that are just like you can't do with it because it's like not, the information is not. But like, the best way to get into like those things is like actually thinking about something practically that you would use on a day-to-day basis and have a crack at it. And yeah, I mean, it's just fun. I mean, like the idea of building something like this, even now that I'm doing it more often, is still kind of like, wow, we're really like moving into like a new space with this now. So
it's just getting easier. It's just getting better. And
for sure. One last thing about MemberStack, given that this is, given all the stuff that you're doing. First of all, love data tables. Great idea. Great innovation.
Yes.
I think that is like a fantastic addition to everything. Love the MCP. I think the MCP, again, is such a game changer. If you keep doing this stuff, like MemberStack is like, it's just like a user-friendly way to get things going. I mean, in my opinion, you know, I mean, like, there are obviously going to be certain things, like Supabase is obviously like, from like a target market perspective, slightly different, but it serves the like Webflow market. But I mean, like, there's no reason why you couldn't use it for those things as well. One of the things that I was super stoked about was before I kind of moved, and I didn't stop using MemberStack because I didn't like it. It was just like, I was just getting annoyed with like some of the Webflow, building dashboards in Webflow was just kind of getting on my nerves a bit.
Yeah.
But one of the things that before I switched to Glide was I reached out to the WhaleSync people and I'm like, can you create like an Airtable to MemberStack sync? But I never ended up using it because I switched over. But the other day when I started on my new project, I logged in and it was there. And the syncing works beautifully. It's really cool addition to that stack. All I'm hoping for is to get those data tables syncing as well. So it's the full experience.
Yeah. Data tables synced with Airtable.
Just from WhaleSync. Because do you have endpoints for those, for the data tables?
Yep. Now we do. We had, it was by default accessible through the DOM package. So like front end only, there was no API. Now it is also accessible to the REST API. So now it's possible. Actually, I have the documentation.
Julian, for a future video, should you and me, should we like smash out a build together? I feel like this was like a big talk, but I feel like in a way, we're like obligated to have a little bit of a build session where we build something with like the whole Webflow MemberStack Airtable stack. You do one thing, I'll do the other thing, and then we can like mash it into like a little series on how to build something.
I would love to. That was exactly what I was thinking here. It's like today we're just going to talk and we're going to get excited about something. And that is exactly what I'm thinking. Let's build something together. We'll plan that out. Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to try. I haven't used I feel like there's a lot of tools that you use a lot that I haven't used in a while, and maybe vice versa.
I will say, like, the reason why I use Airtable nowadays is primarily because I don't need to configure a custom admin portal. That is it. Because I don't want to spend any time in the Webflow CMS editing stuff.
No.
I don't want to have to switch between a gazillion tools, essentially, is the main reason. And because when I'm building these sites for, say, clients, they don't have a technical background. So oftentimes what they want to do is just look at a spreadsheet with pretty colors. And that's essentially what Airtable is. I don't know how they've done it. Airtable has just like stayed rock solid this entire time. They haven't like really done too many like crazy things, too many crazy pivots. I mean, like they're doing a lot of AI stuff, but they're not like transforming their businesses. You know that things are good over at Airtable HQ. They're just like,
We'll use it when the time comes.
Yeah. When someone's vibe coded a new Airtable, that's when they'll be like, okay, now we might have to. last story that I actually have to think of, but like, there was these guys, they booked a call with me on my website, and they're like, hey, we've been watching your videos, and we basically build like a marketplace, and we're running into some like issues with this like workflow, and we're wondering if we could like just jump on a call with you and you help us go over it. I jumped on the call with them, and they told me about their business, and they were like, they've been running it for about 4 months. They were making 150K a month using Webflow, using Airtable. I don't even know if they had some type of auth. We didn't get to that part. And 2 zaps. And one of the zaps had broken, which is why they jumped on the call with me. And like, when I was like, can you share your screen so I can see what's not working? They share their screen, and the zap is literally turned off. I'm like, turn it on. They turned it on, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that fixes it. It's like crazy. What I remember specifically about those guys is like, what kind of inspired me about that is that those guys actually just went out and did it. Now, there's a bit of context that I think is important to know, like very deep in the enterprise space, they're charging like 20 grand a month for the businesses that they're working with. So they had like 6 or 7 customers type of thing, but basically all powered off like Webflow and Airtable, and then 2 zaps. And they just went out, hit the publish button, went and did some selling, and just got things going with no technical background. And so just the fact that you're putting content out there might just like help people do that kind of stuff. So it's a big deal. You should be stoked. Plus the quality of the videos are really good.
Thank you. Thank you. It's fun. I have a good time making them. I follow a process of basically, it's easier for me as a content creator, and it is, in my opinion, often better for the viewers. A lot of people, they make really in-depth, like, not courses, but like lessons. They go really deep into it. They learn everything, and then they teach you that stuff. That's great. I have nothing against that. But what I like to do is like learn it with people, for the reason that it's hard to understand someone's long and difficult to understand explanation sometimes. Whereas if someone is literally like, here, like I made a video on Claude skills the other day. It did way better than any other videos I made. Got like 12,000 views in a weekend, which on YouTube is insane. On TikTok, that would have been like nothing. It was literally, my friend showed me something, took about 20 seconds, and then I showed them how to do it. You know, a lot of people would be scared to make content. They're like, well, who am I to make content about it? I don't know anything about that. And I literally said at the start of the video, I don't know anything about Claude skills. I just figured it out. My friend showed me, and now I'm showing you, and people love it. That's my strategy.
I love it, and it's the best strategy, because the second you take that approach with content creation, you are positioning yourself as like someone who's like, hey, look what I just figured out. It's not like you're coming in as like the authority of being like, drop everything you're doing and this is how it's done. You're coming at it more from a perspective of, hey, this is something that I tried and worked really well for me. That makes the process, one, easier. It's more comfortable to create content, at least in my opinion. And I also just find it more relatable. Like when you're someone watching it and you know that the person who is explaining this to you is actually just trying to figure this stuff out in the exact same way as you, it becomes more relatable. And so, I mean, I've made so many videos where I'm kind of like, this works, this doesn't work. And the ones that have performed the best for me have been the videos where I've genuinely been like, oh, this is like a really great way to do something. Let me show other people how I did it. Don't worry too much about like how polished it is, the video or the actual tutorial. And those are the ones that have always done the best. There's just this one video that I did on Webflow where I was literally like, here's how you use conditional visibility. It was such a random video, but it did so incredibly well. And then there are like videos where you're like, I'm about to create a masterpiece, and it's just like, no one cares at all. But what I have found, this might be like a little bit of like a thought. Technical guides and tutorials, as valuable as they may seem, because you're telling someone the actual step-by-step process of how something is done, doesn't do as well. The way I've decided to kind of approach it with like content creation is, when I do create tutorials, the more in-depth ones, is I make them way more in-depth. make the actual solution really good, but I'm essentially filming it in real time. So as I'm building like a user portal, I'm actually doing it step by step, and it ends up being like a 60-70 minute video. But then at the end of that video, I kind of create like a summary of what I did. So it's kind of like the high level overview of the different building blocks without getting caught up in the weed, because then you can very easily condense that into like a 5-6 minute super value packed video. And then anyone who really wants to get into the weeds of it and be like, I want to rebuild this, they always reach out and they're like, can you actually do this for me? Or can you show me how to do this? And now I've basically am like, yeah, I can build it for you. This is how much it will cost. Or they're like, no, I don't want to hire you, but do you have like any tutorials? And now I've got like a 60-70 minute in-depth like guide on how to do X, Y, Z. And I'm just like, here you go. Do stuff.
Exactly.
Dude, hey, fantastic chat. I honestly think your videos are awesome. Keep them coming. It's keeping me entertained. And it's motivating me to maybe come back and make some more videos sometime. But I'd love to do a build with you. So let me know when you want to do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. This was excellent. Pretty much whenever. I mean, we'll message. I got to see what I got going on over the next little bit. But next week after, I would love to. I love making videos. I love your videos, obviously. Thank you again, because you didn't know this when you made the video, but whatever video it was that you made is literally what turned me from making marketing sites to making web apps. Now I'm here. So I cannot thank you enough for that, even though you had no intention of doing such a thing.
Man, I am glad it was useful, because it was a pain making those videos. No, it wasn't.
Hey, thank you for your efforts.
No, I'm happy to. I love, I mean, honestly, it's exactly the reason why I made those videos. You know,
it's crazy how much things can have an impact. Like, no, literally, I mean, I built a full career off of originally the video viewers that I watched. Like, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
Well, it should be even sweeter than to know that there's probably someone watching your videos right now who's going to be like, yo.
There better be someone out there.